And welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis Does Firewood. Today, we're going to be talking about my new little helper. So for some odd reason, I ended up flooding the Champion. And this is the first time I've ever dealt with this, and first time I've ever messed with the machine to this extent. So again, if you haven't followed my channel for a while, I went to a local small gas engine repair shop and asked the guy, what is your opinion on big block splitters? And he said Champion. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So fast forward, we were looking at splitters. Champion came up, and this we got. This machine has never failed me, never not started up until now. And silly me, somehow I flooded it anyway. So what I ended up doing is I took out the spark plug and then I dried it out a little bit, and I started it with the pull cable. Obviously not gonna start, and put it back and started, which is awesome. I thought it was water and fuel, so I ended up taking out all the fuel, but there's no separation, so there's no water in the tank, which is good. So put the fuel back, and now it is good to go, running again. So just a little thing, there was some debris in the boot and around the plug, so I was able to use an air compressor to air that out. But anyway, just little pro tip there. If you have one like this, that's what you do. But make sure that you maintain your machines, because they will last for a long time and take care of you. So yeah, that's just a little clip from that. Rock and roll. So yeah, it is, at least when I'm filming, today is the first day of spring. So happy spring, it's here. It's this time now, a reminder to get to work. So here we have this pile. I had cedar chunks, cedar scrap in here from my cedar guy, and then I got a load of random, I think it was fir, and then some cedar stuff from a buyer of mine. And I've been perplexed, I've been confused on what to do first. This pile here or the hardwood, the fruitwood down the hill. So I've been trying to get this done first because I had to move my camper trailer over there, which it goes here during the summer months because when we go camping it's easy to get in and out. Anyway, so I don't want it there, I want it here. So I need to get this wood out of the way, and it's at the top of the property, not where the wood goes. So what I've been having to do is I've been ferrying the wood from the spot down the hill. In order to do that, I'm using my lawn tractor. And it is what it is. I don't have a skid steer. I don't have a regular tractor with a bucket on it, because my property, how it's situated, I don't have that, as well as the lawn gets all muddy and soupy when it gets wet. It's wet here a lot. So I'm limited on what I could use on my property. Now granted, I have access to a tractor, I just choose not to use it because I don't want to mess my yard too much. So I've been making some headway on the fruitwood. I got this pile here, I had it staged and ready to go. It's all bucked up, I was having to split it. So what I did is I had the Champion here, and they had wheelbarrows lined up ready to go to be filled up, and with the tractor trailer, which I'll show you in a minute. And then when those were full, then I had this pile, but I don't like wood on the ground. So twofold, my tool, what I'm using is my lawn tractor trailer, this bad boy right here. I got this a while ago for $100. Actually, maybe $50, 200, I don't know. It was super cheap, and it came with an old Craftsman lawn tractor that wasn't really working. So long story short, I have the orange Kubota lawn tractor. Not this year, this is obviously a John Deere. I have the orange Kubota lawn tractor, and it runs, but not very well. But it's been helping a lot. It's a workhorse, and because it has a Kawasaki engine, I don't want to get rid of it. And I got that also for $100, and it ran, and I've been working it for several years. But it was time to get it fixed. So my dad has a small engine mechanic, and he had the idea of taking it to his guy to have it looked at. So I figured for a few $100 to get it working, rock and roll. Also, but my dad has this John Deere riding lawnmower. It's a 110 automatic. I'm not sure if this is the original hood that actually is a L110. I'm not sure. But he doesn't like this mower for whatever reason, he told me, but has a deck, and this just got back from the shop for a tune-up, and all I had to do was pay for the tune-up, and it's mine. So thank you to my parents for this lawnmower. I could use it to mow my lawn, and there's no bagger on it. Which is fine, but it does run, it does mow. But right now I'm using it to ferry wood. So I'm super jazzed about this. I'm super excited. So if and when I get the Kubota back, if it's not, so the mechanic will tell us if the Kubota is worth fixing. If it's worth fixing, we'll get it fixed, and then I'll have two. Ideally, I think I need to pick up one more of these trailers, so I have two riding lawn mowers and two trailers to help ferry and move wood and supplies, whatever else. And that's the most efficient way, effective way that I can think of that is still not going over budget, not having to spend too much money on something bigger that will tear up the lawn and still move and ferry stuff. Now, granted, I understand that not to haul too much with this trailer because this maybe the transmission is not made to haul a lot. I get it. And this is kind of sitting kind of low. I may need to fix this maybe with like with the 2-inch ball adapter. I'm not sure. This hour reader right here reads about 1,000 hours. I'm not sure that's accurate or not, but if these are taken care of, they work well and they last for a long time. All the tires look good. Everything runs fine. So I'm super excited to have at least this one. If the other one, if it's not working, then this I'll get rid of that, and then this is gonna be my one and only soul. But anyway, so I bring this up of within your budget to get tools in your wood yard to help you be more efficient, be more effective, to make sure that you can produce wood for your own purposes and or to sell. Now, as you just saw a minute ago, I was splitting and loading directly into the trailer, and I had 2 species. I had one that was cedar, that was one that popped, that was pretty freaky, that's scary. That's one reason why a vertical splitter is kind of scary to me, because I don't want that popping at me in my face and my chest. But yes, I understand that it would go to the side. Anyway, I digress. But I was loading and stacking directly in the trailer. In the front was cedar, in the back behind that I think that was fir. And then I came down the hill, and then I loaded the first spot in the cedar bin that I have, and then I loaded another spot of fir, or that's going to be mixed softwood, because I separate my species. And then I'll just keep doing that. Now I could split into a pile. I could do that, but then I have to pick up the pile and put it in a wheelbarrow, or pick up the pile and put it in the trailer. Or I do what you just saw. I split into the trailer until it's full. I turn off the splitter. I drive down the hill. I stack and place the wood where it needs to be. Then I go back up the hill, turn on the splitter, split, full, repeat. I'm not sure what is more efficient, what is faster. If you have an opinion, let me know down in the comments. But that's the only thing that I can think of right now. So I was doing this yesterday, and I didn't film because I didn't think it would be very interesting watching me split and cut and ferry. It was kind of boring, and I was tired. But more or less, I was able to fill up this bin of cedar chunks. And I still think that this is worthwhile doing, because a IBC tote of chunks sells for $90 plus a delivery fee. And this area here is probably at least 3 totes worth. So I think it's worth my time to process this and get it stacked. This part is only stacked to create a wall, but all the stuff in the back is just hand tossed, right? And then I created the spot for the cedar, and you saw the fir being placed. And then I had a bunch of these slab lengths. They're just here being placed. I'm still not trying to figure out what is the most easiest way to cut these up and how to sell them. You've seen me before, my hack of using a chop saw. That's all fine and dandy, but sometimes the back edge isn't straight when you go on the fence here, and then if it's not tight, it's not straight, then that could pop up and fling up, and that's dangerous. I have a skill saw that I set up, but that's just a lot of hand ripping, and that takes a toll on your arm again and again and again. So I could put these all in the buck saw and then use a chainsaw. It's just a lot of small cuts. I'm not sure what to do with this, but I think it's just worthwhile wood to process. But you let me know in the comments if you have any ideas to how to cut this stuff up to be processed. So I ferried a bunch of wood yesterday, again not on camera, and I was using my trailer and my new to me John Deere lawn tractor, and it worked out pretty good. I got the bulk of what's up the hill ferried and put away where it needs to be. So this is the most efficient way that I can think of, is having this be my workhorse, having this do the work for me to ferry wood. Now, I ferry wood from up here up the hill too. Like when I have racks of wood, I put racks of wood in the trailer, one rack here, and I will drive this from the backyard up the front yard, go to the firewood stand, stack it, and then come back. So this is my little workhorse. This is my tractor. Other channels have bigger equipment. I do not. It is what it is. But this is my new to me machine, my toy, my tool, and I appreciate my parents for letting me buy it from them or giving it to me for a very small fee. I'm grateful. It's a cool gesture. But I don't know, just wanted to introduce this machine to you, get your insight of how I ferry and move, transition, go from point A to point B, firewood. Let me know if you have any ideas of how to make it more efficient. But yeah, that's it for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Until next time, remember, life's too short to be a prick, so be kind to another. Rock and roll. Stay safe, keep cutting. Cheers.